Maybe it's unworkable. Again, I think we'll be eager to hear how that is all happening. Using apprehensions as a measure of progress tells us an incomplete story, really. There are a number of reasons why I think migration across our border is down. Certainly, our efforts are one of the components, but the economy has been weakened. Drug cartels trying to cross the border a dangerous endeavor for many that we're trying, and certainly changing demographics. All of these things are critical elements that play a role in the reduced number of illegal aliens who are crossing the border or attempting to cross the border. And I say that by not taking away for a moment from the work that the Border Patrol has done. I think our enhanced enforcement efforts and the introduction of significant consequences, such as prosecution for multiple crossers and smugglers, have made a tremendous difference. At the same time, I think we obviously can't be complacent as the number of illegal aliens crossing in places such as the Rio Grande Valley sector in Texas have recently increased, actually, which is bucking the national trends. So we've called on the Department of Homeland Security to produce a comprehensive strategy to secure the border that informs the Congress and the American people of the resources that are needed to make that a reality. And I certainly hope that the forthcoming implementation plan will indicate what a secure border looks like and provides us a pathway to get there. I also want to mention it's the 87th anniversary, actually, of the founding of the U.S. Border Patrol. That's going to be later this month. And over that time, the men and women in green have served our nation in such an extraordinarily remarkable and professionally well executed way. And on behalf of this committee, I certainly want to commend all of the men and women of the Border Patrol for the work that they've done over the last decade as well, of the last 87 years, but certainly since 9/11. And since we have really started to focus on our border in a much more intense way, they have just done an extraordinarily professional job for all of us. So I look forward to hearing from the witnesses today on how this change in strategy will move the ball forward to make for a more secure border. And at this time, I would recognize our ranking member, the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Cuellar, for his opening statement.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair, for having this meeting, and I'm glad that we're here to examine the Border Patrol's recently released strategic plan. I have long believed that border security is a core element of the Department of Homeland Security, and after the terrorist attacks of September 2011, 2001, Congress made providing the resources necessary to secure that. We learned a lot from what happened on September 11 of 2001, and we certainly want to make sure that we secure our land, air, marine, maritime borders, make sure that's a top priority for all of us. As a result, the number of Border Patrol agents patrolling America's border has more than doubled. As of last month, there were 21,328 Border Patrol agents. Chief Fish, I think you all just recently had your 1,000 graduating class, and congratulations on that. Additional resources also allow for expanded border infrastructure, such as fencing and technology, such as mobile surveillance units. The U.S. Border Patrol refocused its priorities in response to 9/11, while remaining committed to its traditional duties of preventing illicit trafficking of people and contraband between our official ports of entry. To that end, the Border Patrol released its first National Strategic Plan in March of 2004. That plan provided the framework for the ongoing acquisition and deployment of personnel, technology, and infrastructure resources along our nation's border. In the intervening years, the Border Patrol has continued to grow and has only recently begun to level off its expansion. This is a very appropriate time for the agency to set forth a new strategic plan which seeks to ensure the new Border Patrol is as effective and efficient as possible. Indeed, in order to best utilize Border Patrol's workforce and advanced technology, the agency has developed a risk-based strategy, which again is something that, just like the Chairwoman and I, we're interested in measures, because at the end of the day, we want to see, if you put X amount of dollars into an agency, what are the results? How do you measure results? And this is something that we certainly, working with all the folks that we hear, we want to make sure. And trying to find the right results it can be difficult, I understand that, but we appreciate all the work that y'all have been doing to make sure that we focus on results. The new strategic plan is focused on identifying high-risk areas and flows and targeting the response to meet those threats. Cooperation is also key to the 2012 strategy, as it would serve as a guide in the overall efforts of CBP and other agencies within DHS to ensure progress continues on our borders. The 2012 strategy also builds on a strong relationship with Mexico and Canada as it relates to border management and security. I'm hopeful that today's discussion will help us gain a better perspective of not only of where Border Patrol is today, but also on the future direction of the agency. I'm also particularly interested in finding out how Border Patrol will continue to build on the strong relationships with its state and local counterparts on the southern border. And Chief, you and I have talked about the importance to make sure that they're all working, because we can't do it by ourselves. We got to involve the states and, of course, the local governments. And I appreciate all the work that you're doing in that effort. Living on the southern border has given us a firsthand knowledge of the challenges faced in the region and the importance of providing not just the tools necessary to enhance border security, but also a sound plan to get us there. I'm also interested from our witnesses about how they believe we can get to that point. I want to thank the Chairman Miller for having this meeting, but also for the field hearing, for allowing us to be down there in my hometown, Laredo, and Congressman Michael McCall was there, and we got to see the work that's been done, not only the ports of entry, but we also got on the boats and went up and down the Rio Grande. We want to thank you, Chief, for the work that you're all doing in providing that type of work down there. So I want to thank all the witnesses for joining us here today, and with that, I yield back. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank the gentleman for his comments, and we heard excellent reports about your field hearing there, and Chairman McCall and Mr. Cuellar as well, and so I thought that was an excellent effort on all of your behalf, and appreciate your service to do such a thing.
Thank you.
The Chair now recognizes the ranking member of the full committee, the gentleman from Mississippi, Mr. Thompson, for any statements that he may have.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairman. I welcome our witnesses here. Some I've seen one or two times in the past, and I'm looking forward to your testimony. I've long encouraged the Department of Homeland Security to develop a comprehensive strategy for securing America's borders. It is still my hope that the department will do so. While not a department-wide strategy, I'm pleased that the U.S. Border Patrol has developed a new plan, the Border Patrol Strategic Plan 2012 to 2016, to guide the agency over the next 4 years. With the support of Congress, the Border Patrol has experienced unprecedented growth over the last decade in terms of both personnel and resources. As a ranking member of the subcommittee has already indicated, the number of Border Patrol agents has more than doubled over the last decade, from over 10,000 in 2002 to over 21,000 today. DHS has also added hundreds of miles of pedestrian fencing and vehicle barriers in that time, with about 650 miles in place along the southwest border today. Furthermore, DHS has deployed additional technology and equipment to the borders, including mobile surveillance systems, cameras, and UAVs. Given these sweeping changes, it seems necessary and appropriate for the Border Patrol to set forth a new strategy based on current realities. That said, the Border Patrol Strategic Plan is a relatively brief document compared to the breadth and depth of the mission before the law enforcement agency. I look forward to hearing more details today from Chief Fisher about the strategic plan and how it will be implemented in the near term and in the coming years. I do have some initial thoughts on the plan, however. One of the concerns I've expressed during prior oversight hearings on the rapid growth of the Border Patrol was the need to ensure proper training and supervision of less experienced agents. I was pleased to see that the strategic plan gives consideration to supporting the men and women of the Border Patrol and ensuring that the agency matures as an organization. The strategic plan also discusses the Border Condition Index, BCI, which the Border Patrol is developing to replace operational control as the metric for measuring border security. We are told that the new BCI is intended to capture a more comprehensive picture of border conditions, including border security, public safety, and quality of life. It's my hope that the BCI will truly offer a better indicator of the situation along the border, and it's not just a case of finding a new ruler when you do not like the first measurement. I look forward to hearing more detail about the BCI at this hearing and once the new system is implemented. I thank the witnesses for joining us today and yield back the balance of my time.
Thank the gentleman.